welcome to my channel. I am Manaka and this is my channel, Manaka. I know it's been a minute. Oh, life is lifing. Adulting is adulting. Oh, it's adulting, bro. So I don't remember when's the last time I actually put up a video, but basically I just wanted to talk about how difficult it is to adult. Okay, I think we spend way too much fucking time. I was talking about adulting in my last video as well. Well, we're still there. I think we spend too much fucking time trying to impress people. We spend too much fucking time trying to be better than people. You know, like it's this push and pull where we're just fighting. And I think a lot of the time we don't actually realize that literally to get what it is. Was that an English accent? Literally. Oh, I cracked myself up. But that literally, the world is about us living in a good space, and understand that spirituality, people tend to run to new age spirituality because they believe that their issues and problems will disappear. But the thing is, most of the time, the things that we see as problems, the things that we see as low vibrational or bad or whatever, or dark, those things have more to do with trauma. And trauma, remember, trauma is, how do I explain it? So we are, okay, you need to read God's Debris. I'll try to put that up somewhere here, to understand what God is, right? To understand how powerful your actions and the things that you do make the betterment of the world. How you, yes, are able to notice that things are falling apart. Notice how things are sometimes good, sometimes bad, but to understand that we have come here. I was watching an Abraham Hicks video, and how did she explain it? Basically, we are here to experience life the way God is unable to. So God is everything. God encompasses everything. All the things that we think aren't God are God, because they've been created by the hands of God. Now, when I say that, that's why I'm saying read God's Debris. It's literally like the Big Bang Theory. It's understandable that people won't understand it from that perspective, but that's how I took it. It's a Big Bang Theory effect where God, the all-knowing, the all-understanding, the one who has experienced life outside of this physical matter, wanted to experience life in this physical matter, right? So now you're everything, right? Now you decide, okay, cool, let's go be that small person. Let's go be that small person and experience life. The need to be able to taste, to smell, to hear, to feel, to touch, like to see, all these senses that we have are to understand how powerful you are as a human being. And the reason why being a human being is so difficult is because you've never experienced this. As a God who took part of themselves and put it into this body, you've never experienced this. And the only way to experience this is to be a human being. Literally. I think it's, from my perspective, I think it's one of the reasons why, say, ancestors, for example, are still technically like humans. I interact with my ancestors differently, because I think that whatever lower vibrational energy that you had when you were still alive and still flesh and blood, should have absolutely nothing to do with the way that you interact with me. Yes, there are certain ways that we are able to understand, and I've read somewhere or seen a video somewhere where they actually explained that the only reason why these ancestors come to us in those kinds of energies is not because that's how they are now, but it's because of how we will recognize them. As humans, we tend to put a lot of things in boxes, and that's the only way we can understand it and incorporate it, right? But there's something about going into the spirit realm that should be so much higher and so much stronger, so much more powerful than being a human. But what we also need to remember is the reason why I brought up God to be, and the fact that we are all gods and everything encompasses everything, is that we need to understand that there is no ancestor without you. Literally, what is the ancestor's job if you aren't there? And what's your job if you are not connected to your spiritual team of light? What is your job? Because then you've just come here to be a robot. You've just come here to live life and just... I don't know how to explain it, but you've just come here to basically experience nothingness. One of the biggest reasons why we reincarnate so many times is because you need to be able to link back to your higher self. You need to be able to link back to the fact that you are a higher being, and you literally just took a part of yourself because you're so big and so powerful. You had to take a part of yourself and put it within this vessel. So all the lives that we live are teachings. All the lives that we live are experiences. Like, we choose to experience every single thing that we experience, and the only thing that makes it, say, a fucked up experience in a sense, is because we get to feel it. There is no God, I'm gonna tell you right now, there is no God that is able to feel the difference between negative and positive emotion. I think that's one of the reasons why I believe that the demons, I believe that Satan, I believe that everything lower vibrational is a part of you. The same way that everything higher vibrational, the gods, the deities, and all of that are a part of you. We are dual, okay? And this is the part that I think we forget to understand or learn. We are dual beings. And we need to understand that in every single moment, in every single situation, we choose to be intentionally good. You see? It's the same way where if you look at somebody who, say, hurt you, for example, from your perspective, you're going to think they are the villain. You are going to think they are the wolf. You're going to think that they did it on purpose, because that's what you expect from human beings. Us as humans, it's this or that. It can't mesh together. It can't be a part of a grander scheme or a grander plan for you to get to a higher place, right? And I'm not saying that I believe that we need to suffer to get to a higher place. I think that the suffering comes from us. I think that we suffer because we allow ourselves to suffer. We allow ourselves to dwell on things that we shouldn't be dwelling on. So look at, for example, if somebody says breaks my heart, whether it's a partner, family member, or a friend, remembering that this situation, every single moment, every single place you are in, is part of what you've already decided. Yes, there are multiple timelines, but this one that you are waking up into, right? The one that they've taught you is reality. The one that they've taught you is the one that is real. It's so tangible that there was this tweet that I read. I'm gonna try put it up. but she basically explained how quantum physics explains manifestation, how it explains the law of attraction, and how everything that we see is literally energy. And the only time that it's not physical matter the way, well, we are the ones who perceive it as physical matter as a human. But literally, I always think about this, which is, it trips me out, but think of it this way. Everything that you see right now is only physical because you see it. But once you stop concentrating on it, it goes back to its energetical, its energy matter, energy wave. It goes back to its energy. So it's more like waves now. It's not just the physical matter that you think it is. And literally, I think I want to get to a point where I am able to see that. But I mean, we are humans. We're very far from that. Like, if it's not real, like, we've associated reality. Because remember, we've associated reality so much with physicality that we've detached ourselves from our higher selves and our spiritual selves and all of that. And it's like, think of it this way. A baby, when they come into this reality, they're still connected to their spirituality and to the energy of things. Hence the reason the way they are, right? Hence they speak the way they speak. They speak in energy. They don't speak in physicality like us, not like with words. They literally speak in energy. Like, it's just a thing of, if you're tapped in and tuned in, you should be able to tell, like, what's up with your child. Like, that's why they say a mother's intuition. I think dads also have it, but we're not tuned in and tapped in. Like, think of the fact that you've lived the many, many years that you've lived. You were deconditioned from your natural way of being from the get-go, because you were taught by adults, you were taught by people who thought they knew everything, how to live. It's one of the biggest reasons why I study astrology and human design. I want to know the blueprint of who I am. I want to know the blueprint of what is written in the stars, as to say, for me. And no, it's not a thing of life will be like that just because the stars say it's going to be like that. No. As astrology is literally my roadmap. Astrology shows me ways that it'd be like, okay, I can go this way and it won't be such a bumpy ride. I can use this way and it won't be such a bumpy ride. It's the same with human design, which also has astrology in it. It has Vedic, it has Kabbalah, it has all these systems that come together and show you that this is how you've been designed, right? This is what you chose yourself. Hey, that English accent just keeps what? It's what you told yourself, right? Okay, so this is what you've taught or told yourself at the beginning. Say you're signing a contract, right? This contract was written by you. You know every single part of this contract. But you come here and you basically allow your parents to teach you what is not even in line with your contract. But in an extent, it is in line with your contract because you did come here to experience absolutely everything that you're experiencing, right? But then you need to get to a point where you realize, okay, cool. I am connected to this higher being. I am connected to everything that is. I need to treat things well, and I need to treat things well in order for things to treat me well. I need to treat people, places, animals well in order for them to treat me well, right? I need to understand the circle of life. I need to move the way a dolphin does with the current instead of against it. I need to understand why certain things need to be dealt with against the current, because that's literally what humanity is. We work against the current for so long until it's time to let go and be like, let go and let God. Woo! You see, this throat chakra now is trying to stop me from speaking. So those are the kinds of things that we need to be able to tell. We need to be able to be so in tune that we're able to tell which plants, which trees, which herbs connect us to who we are. We need to be able to tell which people, which places, and those are the kinds of things that human design and astrology allow us to find, because that's already innately us. It's the same as we are the DNA of our ancestors. We are the connection in reality and in human form, and let's say this reality. We are still their connection to this world, right? And I believe there's some ancestors who, from connections that I've had with certain ancestors, I've seen that there's some ancestors who need to reincarnate. I've also spoken to some ancestors who are here for a moment just to give advice. And then there's some ancestors who are with us forever. Some of them, it's not really forever. Some of them are with us until we are able to connect directly to source. So we tend to forget that because everything is connected, nothing is particularly above the other. The same way that humans always look to things and always think that everything's above. The same way that humans have this tendency to treat nature and animals fucked up just because they speak. Like, literally because we speak and have like a sort of a better understanding than animals, in our perspective, doesn't mean that we're better, okay? And then it's the same with ancestors. There's this thing, especially us, Kibo Africa, from golden all the way up to bronze, all the way up to beautiful dark rich brown. Like, we have this weird tendency to think that ancestors should control us. Maybe I haven't experienced that side, but from my perspective, I don't think so. I think we all need each other to harmonize the connection that we need to source. And because we are source, we're just a smaller part of a bigger thing, like, it's just just read God's debris. Just read God's debris, okay? Also, I realized that the movie Dark Matter is coming out. I read that book a few years ago, and it like, I'm the kind of person, like, if I read something and it changed, like, I think also it connects to me being a generator. I never finish my sentences, do I? Anyway, I think it connects to me being a generator, because as a generator in human design, everything comes into my aura. I pull everything into me, and it's up to me what I respond to and what I don't. And it's just a thing of basically aligning myself with what it is that I want, and being able to tell what it is that I should take and what I shouldn't. So God's debris was suggested to me by a friend, and that changed my perspective of spirituality so much, because I never knew what, like, I knew that I believed in the universe. When I started it all, I was just like, universe. And then I just wanted to see what it meant, like how everything was linked. Only to find that everything is linked. There is no duality. And I don't even know which part of my explanation I was at. I tend to ramble when I'm talking about something that I really enjoy to talk about. But I think what people tend to forget is that everything is linked. There is no ancestor without you. There is no you without your spiritual team, because your spiritual team gets you to connect back to source. There is no source without you also, because source is everything. It's the same way as, how do you expect things to work in the world without the little people, without the big people. And I think the only difference is as humans, we tend to believe that the little people are useless and disposable. And we think the big people are the ones that we need to kiss their feet and shit like that. Like, literally, if we treated everybody the same, no matter how much money they had, no matter um, whatever, I think people would be fine. Like, if I got to do what I want to do, like if I worked with the energy that comes into my life and was able to accept and appreciate the things that I get in my life, I would understand more the space that I'm in at the time. Because remember, time is irrelevant, time is an illusion, time is literally just us having memories, and memories can be altered because of our emotional states. Memories can be changed even. And if you find the right spiritualist or medium or even psychologist, you will be able to rewrite your memories and the things that you were holding on to for so long. That's one of the reasons why I was saying that the only reasons why things feel so bad is because of how deeply we feel as humans. But we must understand that the duality of all of it literally is the thing that allows us to see the beauty in things, if that makes sense. Like, if we were unable to feel hurt, we would not feel the insane beauty of love, if that makes sense. So we can't close ourselves off from the duality of life. I don't even know what the hell I was talking about in this video, but I know it needed to be said. And I hope that it motivates, even if it is just one of you. It motivates me, because me speaking out feels like I'm speaking to a best friend. Anyway, I hope you guys have a beautiful Venus day. I hope you have an amazing 420 tomorrow. There is a conjunction happening with, I think it's Uranus and Jupiter in the sign of Taurus. Let me actually check. Let me not lie to y'all. Uranus conjunct Jupiter. Conjunct Uranus. Let's see. Yes, 420. Okay, so for those of you who smoke the tree, you know what 420 is. And I think if you are connecting yourself to your team, especially with a herb so powerful as that, I think that you should use that to set the intention to align yourself with your higher self. So use today, especially because it is the energy, it is Venus Day, it is the energy of love, connecting to your heart space. Use it. As you can see, I'm wearing green to connect myself to it. But any color that connects with love, so pink, florals, anything that makes you feel all fluttery on the inside. But first, write down the one thing that I did notice: you write down your dreams. List all your dreams in detail if you haven't been doing that since the year started in September, for those of us in the Southern Hemisphere, or since the year started at, when did autumn start? At the end of March, 21st, I believe it was. If Northern Hemisphere, if you didn't start yet, today is the best day to start. Write down your dreams, list them detailed, leave a space underneath a detailed list. So everyone needs the actual details, space, actual details, space, right? You need to connect yourself to your higher self and who you would be, having all of these things, how you would feel. Then you need to connect to the side of you that still has trauma and still is unable to see yourself having any of those things. And then once you've written all of that down, then you fold the paper away from yourself, like you're letting go of this energy. You cut it up, you tear it up. You can even burn it if you want to. Try not to do it in the house. Some of us might be adults, but we are still kids. We might fuck shit up in the house. Don't burn anything. And sprinkle the ashes outside if you really want to. But Allow it to be a thing that allows you to release any of the things that you believe are holding you back, which is usually yourself and your thoughts, and the fact that you dig a hole for yourself every single time that you think things aren't working for you. But anyway, and then once you've burnt the trauma side or whatever's holding you back from your affirmations and all of that, then write down a few affirmations for those specific dreams. So for me, example, I'm so grateful that I have a beautiful home that's fully paid for. I'm grateful that it's decorated with my beautiful, inspirational, creative side of the interior designer that is me. I am grateful for my seven-figure businesses. I am grateful for the wholesome and beautiful relationships that I have in my life. I am grateful to be a light. I am grateful to be a comfort. I am grateful to be the space that people want to come to when they want to be healed. You speak of it as if it's already done. Always do that. And if you need spaces to vent, either in journaling or vent to a person, but allow yourself to only do it once or twice at the most, so you don't force yourself to stay in that, if that makes sense. But yeah, that's about it. Thanks so much for watching.